It is September 16th, 2025, and it is Mexican Independence Day, not Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, I came across a social media post by a young Latina, and it was today, and it hurt my heart a little bit because I totally felt what she was saying. She stated she was a Mexican American, and it was the first time that she felt heaviness in her heart for being of Mexican descent. So when I read that, it took me back to my first year in college. And I grew up as a migrant farm worker up until I was a sophomore in high school. And we were very poor. And it was the 70s and it was the South. So as you can imagine, I was called every name in the book and basically told I was not going to amount to nothing by the people that were over us economically and whatnot. You know, it was almost like living like a serf, a little like indentured servitude, if you will. Anyway, I remember being embarrassed of being Mexican and feeling ashamed of who I was. One day I was out on a break in my college. I was actually working as a assistant chemical lab technician at the time. I was a chemistry major. And I was on a break. And it was Hispanic Heritage Month. And I was sitting under a tree. I still remember listening to the Eagles and on my Walkman. And they had a group of Mexicans come out that were dressed culturally, wearing some sombreros and like mariachi outfit, and these girls that were dancing in these beautiful dresses, and they were doing the spins, and it was beautiful. I remember I started crying because I recognized how beautiful the culture is. I made a decision that day to stop being ashamed of who I was and embrace who I have been this entire time. There was nothing to be ashamed of. My parents worked very hard. I worked hard. And from that day on, I tried to embrace who I was. You can love this country as a Mexican American and love your culture at the same time. So, on this day in particular, with the era of politics that is going on right now, with the recent decisions made by the Supreme Court allowing ICE, a federal agency, to detain people based solely on their skin color and spoken language, to embrace who you are culturally. If they want to use this to try to somehow intimidate people of different heritage or different culture, let them. Embrace who you are. Wear clothes with Mexico on it. Walk around. Put flags up on your car with a United States flag and a Mexican flag. And let those individuals waste their time. Waste their time on American citizens. Waste their time with people who have given everything to this nation. Let them inundate themselves. You're not inhibiting government. You're basically saying, here I am. And if you want to waste your time, then go ahead. Waste your time. Don't fight it. Sit there, say hello, talk to a few people. And once they find out they're wasting your time, go on about your way and get pulled over again by somebody else who wants to waste their time. And keep your mind in the game. Always remember, this has happened before to Latinos. In the 40s, Mexicans were getting repatriated. Even people that were never born in Mexico, basically the same thing. They're just snatching brown people up and shipping them across the border. They bring Mexicans in when they need labor. They use your ancestors' backs and sweat to feed themselves and then build their country up. And then when they decide they don't need you anymore, they want to get rid of you. So let them waste their time. And quit being ashamed of who you are. So, on this Mexican Independence Day, celebrate your culture. If you're white, if you're black, if you're Chinese, it doesn't matter that you might not have Mexican blood. Some of you have Mexican spirit, and you embrace the culture. And we take you in as well. Mexicans are very inclusive when it comes to that. We all love a good time. And with that, Viva Mexico.